My name is William HENN. I'm a professor at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome. Well, ecumenical dialogue, in my view, and I think in the view of most people who are involved in ecumenism, is a response to what we believe Jesus Christ wants for the church. Jesus prayed the night before he died that his followers would be one. And for many various reasons, they tended to divide and even become enemies. And thanks be to God, for at least 100 years now, there's been gradual and building efforts to try to resolve those divisions and to find again the kind of unity that we believe Jesus prayed for. So if we didn't believe that Jesus wanted unity, we wouldn't do this. But we believe that he wants unity, so we must continue to try to find unity among ourselves. Well, one of the biggest challenges, I think, is that for ecumenism to, how shall I say, get to the people. In a way, ecumenism up to now has often had a lot to do with experts, leaders in various churches who realize that we need to try to work together, but often at the grassroots, as they say, people aren't aware of these efforts, or the spirit hasn't really touched so much. In terms of, so that I'd say that's the biggest issue. But aside from that, there are theological problems. That probably the biggest issue between the churches now that are divided is ministry. We're very much close on things like scripture and tradition, on faith and works. We've made some great progress, actually, in the celebration of the 500th anniversary of the Reformation, which is one of the reasons for this Congress, has been very different from the last centenaries, and that's a real sign of great progress, to tell you the truth. Well, first of all, I think it's very well organized. I think that the collaboration between the city and its 700th anniversary and the 100th anniversary of the university, and then putting that together also with this 500th anniversary of the Reformation, was a brilliant idea. I think that the way it has been organized, a day devoted to Orthodoxy, to Catholicism, and then to the evangelical or Protestant world, I think that's been good. Even this putting the setting in different places, one that's more Orthodox, one that's more Catholic, and one that's more Lutheran, close to the Lutheran Church, that's been great. Also, another good thing has been the worship. One of the most important things for Christian unity is the fact that we all pray to God, and that we can pray together is really a very important thing. And then, of course, I've said all these things, and I haven't said anything about the content, the talks. Well, there have been some very fine talks, too, and very interesting discussion, but I don't think that we could list all those for your audience now.
Yes, we have to talk for 5 hours at least.
Right, exactly. Well, I would, if you wouldn't mind, I would even widen it.
Of course.
I think that ecumenism has tried from the beginning to be worldwide. And one of our problems with ecumenism is that often the problems of division began in the European area, and Christians in Africa or in Asia, they say, well, that's your problem, that's not our problem. So one of the important things is for us to help to share the healing with the whole world. In terms of Europe, all I would say is that it has been a place where the ecumenical movement kind of began. The first big meeting was in Scotland, in Edinburgh in 1910, and many things take place here. And of course you have the World Council of Churches in Geneva and the Catholic Church in Rome, and these are important figures, actors in the ecumenical scene. The one thing, I don't really know the Polish situation that well, but we did have a wonderful talk yesterday by a bishop, a Catholic bishop who's in charge of ecumenism in Poland, and he was saying that there's been a lot more that's happened here in Poland than people realize. And even before, let's say, the Catholics became involved in Vatican II, there were activities here for harmony among Christians. Last night we had a concert that was prepared, and the little orchestra, they were magnificent, really great. But they said that they were thinking part of their music was inspired by the fact that Orthodox Jews and Catholics and Protestants lived together in the eastern parts of Poland decades ago, and this isn't a new thing for you in Poland. So they were very complimentary.